Good morning, everyone. This is Clay Mason at the Mission of the Way headquarters. I've got a new gadget here today, this morning, to help facilitate what we're trying to do with the YouTube channel. And you'll have to bear with me. I'm getting used to using it. I'm noticing what we did is I obtained a GoPro camera, and I've downloaded the app to my phone, and I'm trying to learn how to use it. And what I'm finding is that there is a time delay from what I'm saying to what I'm seeing on my phone. And so this is going to throw me off a little bit. I'm just going to ignore the phone and watch this. In the days to come, I'm trying to learn how to use this, and it shouldn't be complicated. I know they make a phone for old people that's got great big numbers on it, and it doesn't do all of the fancy stuff. I can actually use a smartphone, sorta. I can do the basics, texting, calling, checking weather, getting on the internet, that sort of thing. But all of the special effects and all of the little gizmos and whiz bangs and everything else that go with these smartphones, let's just say it's smarter than I am. And what I'm finding is, as I've dug into this GoPro, these small cameras, these action cameras for making your own video, that they are all of the have all of the complications, all of the whiz bangs and gadgets on them as well. And so there's going to be a learning curve to using this thing. I'm going to have to learn to watch the camera. I look away a lot as I think, so if that distracts you, then please bear with me. I use a lot of hand gestures, if you notice, and if you held my hands, I probably wouldn't be able to talk much. Some of you will see that as a good thing. I'm going to be making some videos, Lord willing, more and more as I get used to using this thing and such, because I think it's important for those who are supporting our work to know, and to not just know through my Facebook post and the pictures that I put on those posts, but sometimes it's nice to see a live shot, or at least a video recording of the things that are going on. That's all I have to say about that right now. Been an interesting week. We had a good crowd this last Sunday, our usual crowd, and had a few visitors, not many, as we normally do. We're getting into the springtime. I'm sitting here, I can see out the kitchen window, the hillside across from where we have the little house on wheels and the mountains parked, and there's snow in the trees, there's snow on the ground, there's snow on the trailer, there's snow on the water totes, there's snow, and it's been cold at night. The ground froze actually last night. The first snow the night before last, it came as rain to start with and saturated the ground. I'm not sure how much rain we got. I didn't actually look at the rain gauge. Somewhere after midnight it turned to snow. So when we woke up yesterday morning, there was probably 4 inches of snow on the elevated surfaces that fell directly on the ground, especially on the dry part, melted as it fell, and so there wasn't a huge accumulation on the roadway, but it did make for a muddy mess. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, other than to tell you that's kind of that snow puts a damper on things. It makes things muddy. It makes us hard to do things. We're going to have to buy some more road base sometime in the near future to put on the driveway, to stabilize it a little better and make it where we can drive on it without slipping and sliding every time it rains. It's been an interesting week. I think I said that already. I bought a septic tank this week so that we can put the septic system in before long. I still have to buy the pipes and all of the fittings that go with that, and the hoods that will go out into the leach field. But we've got the equipment now to install it with the backhoe that fits on the little New Holland tractor. That little thing has, it's a 40 horsepower tractor. It's been a workhorse of epic proportions for us. And we have gotten to use the backhoe several times recently in digging ditches to put pipes across the driveway and where the water flows through the ditch and doesn't wash the roadway away. And I'll tell you, there was a fiasco in getting a septic tank. I don't want to bash anybody. I did that day before yesterday, and I will tell you it was an exasperating experience. If you've dealt with a home, big box stores that sell lumber, Home Depot is where I purchased this from. They actually had one advertised at Lowe's, but it was out of stock, and the availability was limited, and they didn't know when they'd get another one. Looked to me like it's actually a better quality tank, and it was certainly considerably cheaper. Having said that, there was a big runaround trying to get the one that we actually got. I had to go to Colorado Springs, called in advance to make sure that it was on the lot, and when I got there, it was not on the lot. Spent 15 minutes on the phone with a young man at the Home Depot, one of the Home Depots in Colorado Springs, and he assured me that they had a 1,500-gallon septic tank on the lot, and it wasn't. And I had already paid for this when they discovered that they did not have it in stock, and I said, well, is there another one nearby? And they said, I think there's one in Canyon City. And so they called the store in Canyon City. Yes, they had one. Can I use the store receipt to just go pick it up? From here, no, you have to get a refund here and go there and purchase it, and we can credit it back to your debit card, but it will take a week to 10 days before it hits your account, hits the bank account. But what we can do is we can issue store credits on Home Depot store home credit, not credit cards, but a debit card type deal, like a gift card. So he gave me 2 gift cards for the amount of the money that we spent to purchase a septic tank that was not in stock, that was supposed to be in stock. I drove to Canyon City, went over there to make the purchase. Sure enough, they had one on the lot. Went to make the purchase, and it was $600 and something more than what I was going to spend at the Colorado Springs location, just 40 miles away. I balked at that. I'm not playing that game, and asked for a refund of my money. Well, you'll have to go back to Colorado Springs, get the refund for your money, and so I drove back to Colorado Springs. After an hour and a half of dealing with those people, they finally came back and said, well, the only way I can issue a credit off of this debit card, this gift card that I've given you, I can't put it back on your account now, but the company can send you a refund check. It will take 6 to 8 weeks to get to your account, to you, so that you can turn around and put it in your account. And I'm livid by this time, but I'm holding my water and trying to be as kind as I can and nice as I can. I realize that today's world, that this is part of the norm, and this isn't the first horror story that anybody's heard about making purchases. So I thought for a second. I said, "Can we order one?" And he looked at me kind of funny, and like ordering one was going to be too big a deal, but he was actually looking in a different direction in his brain. And he said, I'll tell you what we can do. I can do a store transfer. I said, will it be for the same amount as I was originally going to purchase it? Oh, yes. Well, where are you going to transfer this from? Canyon City. It's closest. We can just do a store-to-store transfer. It'll cost you the same amount of money, and because of the trouble that you're having to go through, I'll knock $100 off the purchase price. Well, thank you very much. That paid for half of the fuel that I used so far, but it's better than a kick in the pants. So After a few minutes, the guy said, well, I'll go get it and bring it back, and you can pick it up at your convenience. I said, dude, I live in Trinidad. You know that. We've talked about that. I'm going to Trinidad from here, but I will wait 2 hours for you to go get it. He said, well, if you're going back to Trinidad, why don't you just go get it? They'll let me do it? Oh, absolutely. Long story short, I made a trip to Colorado Springs, 2 trips to Canyon City, and finally back home to Trinidad with a 1,500-gallon septic tank. And it took me about 10 hours to get all that done. I was late getting in. What is today, Thursday? Tuesday evening. It was about 7 o'clock when I pulled in the driveway, just before dark. And that's been kind of the way the week has gone. Got a lot of things going on. We've hatched chickens in the last week. We've had 22 chicks that actually made it through the hatching process, and there's a dog that's been roaming the property, belongs to a neighbor, and we had moved the chicks out of our living space and into the cargo trailer and put a heat lamp on them, and door got left open, and the dog wandered in there, grabbed one baby chick, shredded it, and damaged another, and it died the next day. We've been keeping the door closed, better job of keeping the door closed, so the neighbor's dog doesn't come kill any more of our chickens. We got that going on. We're hoping to, when the mud dries out, hopefully it'll dry out enough this morning into this afternoon that we can get out there, and I had purchased some 20-foot timber, some 20-foot 2x6s the other day on Monday, I believe it was, to facilitate making a floor for a portable garage. It's going to serve as a portable workshop so that we can store our tools in that we're going to be using to build the barn and eventually the cabin that Mary and I are going to be living in, that goes with the septic tank that we bought this week. Got a lot of things going on. And on top of all of that, I'm going to learn how to make a good video, a video that is not boring to watch and is informative and lets you know what we're doing. It might learn something, might not. It might be just a way to kill a little time and make you feel better about yourself. Hey, look at that dude, ha. I can do better than that. Yeah, you probably can. But we're learning, and there is a learning curve to this. And again, I want to thank everybody who's making this possible. One of the purposes behind behind putting together this portable workshop is to start helping our people do some things that will earn a dignified income. And there are a lot of little things, a lot of little woodworking projects that they can put together and sell online, and we can deliver those things locally or send them via mail, depending on the size they are. And we have looked at and have assimilated a list of small projects that we can do, that we can build, that can be shipped easily enough, so that we can start getting some income going to these folks. Shannon is enrolling in a trade school course that's going to teach him how to use heavy equipment. It's a 2-year program. In the meantime, he wants to earn some income. So we're going to set him up and Gracie up with doing that. And I'm so proud of how far they've come in life and how far we've moved with them and grown with them ourselves. Just really satisfying, and it's proof beyond measure that with a little care, in a place to land, a place to get your feet back underneath you, you can recover. You can recover from most anything that has tried to knock you down if you don't quit, and you change your direction, you change your focus, and you find yourself in a community of people that love you and care for you and want to see you become all that you can be. And we're excited about that. Sitting here looking at Facebook, I've got a lot of things going on. I'm trying to multitask here and looking at a list of subjects for class material that will be taught at Christian camp that I go to every year. Excited about that. Let's see, what else is there on the menu for this week? I'm torn between making jambalaya or spaghetti. Um, one of the hard things to do in what we're doing as far as preparing a meal every Sunday, one of the hardest parts about that meal is deciding 2 or 3 days ahead of time. Usually by Friday, I know what I'm going to do. Sometimes by Wednesday or Thursday, we know what we're going to prepare. But trying to come up with something that gives choice, something that gives variety, and it's not the same old every week. You know what I'm talking about. If you've had turkey for Thanksgiving and you have it again for Christmas, and the leftovers that go with that, that gets served to you over and over. Turkey gets old after a while, and Mama used to make us eat it till it was gone. But we try to give the best, prepare the best, lay the best out before those who gather with us each Sunday down at the park, and making a decision about what to serve is sometimes exasperating, because I don't like serving the same thing over and over again. And so far, every Sunday, we have not done that. I don't think we've ever had the same meal 2 Sundays in a row. And I don't want to start now. So anyway, I've got to make a decision. We're going to do spaghetti or we're going to do jambalaya. Week after that, we've already decided one of our ladies is going to, she has procured a couple of baby goats or young goats, and is going to cook some cabrito to serve our folks. So to go along with that, I've got a couple of pork loins that I will smoke and cook as well, barbecue as well, for those that don't like cabrito. And I know there are a few folks out there that don't like it. So we're going to have a choice Sunday week what to serve. Trying to think what else is going on. Been a lot of stuff going on. I think we'll pause this for now and get back to it, see what we can come up with. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.